What's going on, everybody? It's your boy JRich. Monday Night Football Week 4 is here between the Seattle Seahawks and the New York Giants. We do have some news because Saquon Barkley and Andrew Thomas will not be active in this game, and that created a 3.5-point swing in the spread favoring the Seattle Seahawks. Now, I'm going to dive into a few different plays that I like in this game. We'll be using the MySparry Odds Finder tool created by DFS and Donuts himself. You can see his name in the header here. Mitch Carl, the creator of MySparry, phenomenal capper, phenomenal person as well. So make sure you sign up for the Dub Club because you can get it for less than $1 a day. And if you use promo code BeFast, you can get in for $10 off, only $20 for your first month. The link is in the description for that. But let's dive into some plays because there's a bunch of things I'm looking at right now in this game. Not a game I'm loving, if I'm being honest, but there is a couple of plays that I do really want to get into. What we're looking at here is numbers from DraftKings, right? So they're taking all of the lines and turning them into fantasy score projections. So one thing that Prizepicks doesn't do a very good job of is accounting for all the various factors that go into a fantasy score. And very often enough, there is a line that they put out there that is not respective of the book lines and what that player would produce if they hit those benchmarks for a fantasy score. And right off the bat, you can see here, Daniel Jones is drastically mispriced. 236 passing yards, 1.38 touchdowns, half a pick, but 36.92 rushing yards is kind of where we'd see him fall if everything played out for him the way they have the line set, would equate to a 22.14 fantasy score, of course, factoring in his chance to score a touchdown, which is quite high at 66%. Prizepicks has him at 16.5 for his fantasy score, and I believe that is way too low. This is a play that I would absolutely be looking at if you're making slips on Prizepicks. Again, that edge is 5.64 points or 34%. 34%. Pretty damn good play. I like to look at plays that are around a 20% edge or so. If you can find a play like that out there, as you can see, another one here, Isaiah Hodgins, another player a little bit underrated in Prizepicks' books, and part of the reason why is because he does have a pretty good shot of scoring a touchdown at 29%. But with a line of only 5.5, DraftKings has him right around 6.56. And again, if he scores, he's going over that no matter what. So it's always a pretty good play there. But I do want to jump into the odds finder tool because there is a play that I really, really like. And it is DK Metcalf. And as you can see right here on the books, DK Metcalf, 64.5 for most books right now, 70.5 apparently on FanDuel. My goodness, what a high number. But DK Metcalf receiving yards over. Look at these numbers that we're seeing right here. Fliff, minus 120. DK, minus 130. FanDuel, as I mentioned, 70.5. Caesars, minus 142. BetMGM hasn't moved a whole lot. Minus 115. And Pinnacle as well, minus 143. Great play overall. If you're looking at DK Metcalf right now, absolutely smash spot. Great play to take DK Metcalf. And you can find all of these odds at mysparryedge.com. You can go through whether you want to look at a team, whether you want to look at a player, all searchable, all available, all as many markets as you want to find. They are all available to you for free. So go and check out mysparryedge.com. You as well can just go through the list, check it out, see what you can find. And this is one of the easiest plays for me. I saw this juice to the over on DK, so I'm like, let's go into the edge tool and go see what the other books have for these lines. And as you can see, this is a phenomenal play on Prizepicks. To put this in a slip while it's at 64.5, elite play, especially when you consider all the juice headed towards the over. And honestly, Seattle should shred this New York Giants pass defense. They are absolutely wretched. And if you wanted to go onto Prizepicks, just take a look to see how is DK Metcalf playing right now. Well, he's gone over in 2 of his last 3 games, 75 yards, 112 yards against Carolina. Carolina especially. Very, very tough defense. So I really like this play a lot. Another play I was looking at is Daniel Jones's rushing yards, because Daniel Jones is going to have to do a lot in this game. He really, really is. And, back-to-back games, he went over this number at 34.5 against Dallas and against Arizona. San Fran, it's San Fran. What do you want the guy to do? He can only do so much against San Francisco. The only issue for me is that when you go into the edge tool, it's not looking so favorable for Daniel Jones right now. You look at the rushing yards, and let's scroll down to the rushing yards, and it's just not too great for Daniel Jones. 34.5, a lot of books have it, but not too many have it juiced. Oh, do we have some movement here? I checked this out like maybe 20 minutes ago, and it was not this way at all. And as you can see, this updates all in real time. Daniel Jones rushing yards over 34.5 here, 34.5 on all the books, but you can see minus 127, minus 125, minus 130, minus 121, minus 138. Due to the news of Saquon Barkley being out, Andrew Thomas, they're going to have to run the ball, and their best weapon on offense at running the ball is Daniel Jones. So I think that Daniel Jones is another great option. You know, we already talked about his fantasy score being a little bit undervalued. As I mentioned, gone over in 2 of 3 games this season, and San Francisco is just a different animal, man. They are a different animal. You do not want to mess with San Fran, even though Josh Dobbs, to his credit, looked very good up against San Francisco defense. But Daniel Jones will have to run in this game, I think, to keep the Giants competitive. I believe they're going to be down. Seattle's going to be able to put up points. So I think you look at the correlation of Daniel Jones' rushing yards with a DK Metcalf over, already in a great spot. Here is actually a pretty good play if you are playing on Prizepicks. I don't take a lot of kicker props, but here is one that is pretty damn good value. Jason Myers under 1.5 field goals made, minus 135, minus 145, minus 135, minus 123. A lot of juice to the under for Jason Myers. And I do think that Seattle's going to score a lot in this game, so I wouldn't be shocked if he was under 2 field goals. So pretty decent value there. Here's another one we could look at as well. Matt Breida under 2.5 receptions, minus 140, minus 135, minus 129, minus 135, minus 140. If this is available when you are checking out this video, this is another fantastic play. So I think it's one that you could definitely put in a slip. So these are the plays that I think are phenomenal, and it's very simple just going through the My Sparry Edge tool. It's not too difficult to find these plays and make smarter decisions. Once again, mysparryedge.com is the best place to find this information. If you don't want to do the research and you don't want to have the hassle, join the Dub Club. You see the link in the description. You can scan the QR code. You can use the promo code BFAST to get a discount on your way in the building. But it's not just me. It's not just Ray GQ. It's not just Mitch. It's 12 plus cappers delivering all sports for less than $1 a day. But as I mentioned, Daniel Jones more than 34.5 rushing yards. DK Metcalf more than 64.5 receiving yards. Daniel Jones more than 17 fantasy score now because they bumped me mid-show. Jason Myers less than 1.5 field goals made, and Matt Breida less than 2.5 receptions. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I will see you guys for the next primetime slate. I'll be trying to do these videos Mondays, Thursdays, and probably Saturday, Sunday, getting into the weekend. Until next time, I am Jordan Richards. You can follow me on Twitter at your boy JRich. Make sure you all follow Ray GQ and Mr. Mitch Carl DFS and Donuts himself, and I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm out. Peace.